You think I'll let you zone?
Time for another round of spooky Pokédex entries, as this time of year calls for a few campfire stories even though we are talking about fake monsters. Pokemon is a wondrous world to be in, as you can see plenty of fantastical sights, but there's a dark side as well. No one talks about all the semi-intelligent things these monsters can do, whether it's for malice or they see humans and other Pokemon as a food source, can sometimes be debated, but others, yeah, no. They are truly monsters that might need to be dealt with on site. So sit tight and listen to some factoids that you probably didn't want to hear about your favorite Pokemon. Vespiquen is an interesting Pokemon, as only the female Combee get to become it, and they have their babies living in the honeycomb part of their bodies. Why is this Pokemon on here on the list? Well, in Pokemon Legends Arceus, the Dex entry reads, Vespiquen commands its subjects to build its hive. It will dispatch any interlopers who dare sneak into its nest and use them as nourishment for itself. So Vespiquen is shown to be very hostile when someone enters its territory. Doesn't matter if it's a Pokemon trying to pick a fight with it, or some human who got unlucky that day and stumbled upon them in the area of the hive. Vespiquen will have all the Combee and the larvae attack them, then Vespiquen will use them as its food supply. So if you had a fear of being eaten alive, then either stay away from Vespiquen or have a fire Pokemon burn down any hives in your area so it can't set up a home near your residence. Jigglypuff seems like it's very petty, as it doesn't like that it can't put something to sleep without trying. In its Sapphire entry, when this Pokemon sings, it never pauses to breathe. If it is in a battle against an opponent that does not easily fall asleep, Jigglypuff cannot breathe, endangering its life. Jigglypuff will continue to sing to find the right frequency to knock the opponent out, even if it means they might suffocate themselves in the process. How hard-headed do you have to be to continue to sing when clearly it's not working to the point that you are willing to die winning that way? If I had a Jigglypuff, I'd teach it different moves just so it had options and wouldn't blame me for seeing not to work. Then they get clapped by a Squirtle or something. Vullaby is a vulture Pokemon that protects itself any way it can because it cannot fly. As in the Sun entry, it protects its plump posterior with the bones of its prey it has consumed. As it grows, it replaces the bones. Yep, your Vullaby eats other Pokemon for armor but only has you. So either you 3D print bones for its wear, or you have to go out into the wilderness and kill Pokemon and they can wear its bones for armor. The only problem is they grow really fast, so you need to kill bigger Pokemon for it to be happy. Just be happy they can't really fight themselves, or your neighbor Carl will be asking you, have you seen his Skitty this morning, while your Vullaby comes out of the bushes with a new bone for its head feathers. In its Scarlet entry, they tend to guard their posteriors with suitable bones they have found. They pursue weak Pokemon because normally Vullaby goes after weak ones if they can find any, because Mandibuzz normally bring bones back for it to wear, or in this hypothetical, relies on his trainer to get bones to wear. So Mrs. Applebottom's Pokemon looks kinda tasty if you neglect it a little, and have to tell her your Vullaby is just being true to its nature. There was no malicious intent implied. Now, Ninetails is an obvious reference to the Kitsune or nine-tailed fox in Japanese lore. It even has some of the trickster nature from its mystical counterpart. In its Red entry, very smart and very vengeful, grabbing one of its many tails could result in a 1,000-year curse. It seems wild Ninetails are very petty and will recognize those who have wronged it for a while until they get their revenge, because Ninetails is a very smart Pokemon. Some Dex entries even tell how smart the fox is. In its Ruby entry, Ninetails casts a sinister light from its bright red eyes to gain total control over its foe's mind. This Pokemon is said to live for 1,000 years. So not only is Ninetails vengeful, if you cross it somehow, it has the power to hypnotize the weak-willed for its own agenda, from taking care of it even though you never caught a Ninetails, to even offering yourself if it wanted to. In its Ultra Sun entry, it is vindictive and relentless by nature. Those who cross it even once will be cursed for 1,000 years, along with their descendants. At this point, just don't mess with the Ninetails unless you can gain its trust, and if you really want one, just go after Vulpix instead. A lot easier. And you don't have to worry about it coming after you or your descendants because you hit one with a pie when you were a kid. Now, Dusclops is a very scary and dangerous Pokemon for the fact that people don't understand how it functions, or is it even alive, as in the Ruby entry states. Dusclops' body is completely hollow. There is nothing at all inside. It is said that its body is like a black hole. This Pokemon will absorb anything into its body, but nothing will ever come back out. So the body isn't even real, and when it wants nourishment, it tries to absorb anything into that hollow body of Dusclops. In the Sapphire entry, Dusclops absorbs anything, however large the object may be. This Pokemon hypnotizes its foe by waving its hands in a macabre manner, and by bringing its single eye to bear. The hypnotized foe is made to do Dusclops' bidding. It appears Dusclops fights by hypnotizing its target in a fight, which can be very dangerous if the absorbing anything to its body, because it's like a black hole, is true. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, anyone who dares peer into its body to see its spectral ball of fire will have their spirit stolen away. In this variation, Dusclops likes to feast on souls of the living when it opens its body. Then again, why can't it do both if it's like an evil spirit with the power of a black hole? Could you imagine a neighbor kid talking shit to you because it has a Dusclops and you can't really do much to him because of it? It can go sideways for either you or him or both of you at the same time, depending on how Dusclops feels that day. That should do it for this episode on Pokemon that are a lot more messed up than you realize, and you should never want to live there. Till next time, stay gold guys, and I'll see you in the next video.